تفضلوا استراحة. تفضل. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أخي فخامة الرئيس
My brother, Your Excellency, Mr. President, Dr. Mohammed Rashad Al-Alaimi, head of the Presidential Leadership Council in Yemen, members of the Council, ladies and gentlemen, allow me in the outset to welcome you of your first official visit to your second homeland, Egypt. Following the taking the office of the presidentship, and I would like to help you and the Presidential Leadership Council all the best of luck for the new mission. And I would like to support you, and I would like to express Egypt's support of such a mission for having gross responsibilities on your shoulder to achieve the aspirations of the Yemeni people. And I also would like to reiterate Egypt's support to your effort in reaching lasting and just for the Yemeni crisis, to guarantee the lasting peace as well as ending the sufferings of the Yemeni people. I was very keen during our talks to affirm Egypt's steadfast stances of the solid and branched historical relationships between the Egyptian and the Yemeni peoples. By Egypt's support of our brotherly Yemeni people and the legitimacy, I was also reaffirmed our full support of the unity of Yemen and its integrity and safety of its homeland, and our vision to pursue the stability of Yemen, of having a great importance of Egypt and the whole world. I was also affirmed Egypt's support of all efforts to achieve lasting peace in Yemen, according to the national dialogue references, as well as the Gulf initiatives and its executive mechanism, as well as the last consultation sponsored by the GCC, as well as the resolutions of the Security Council. I reaffirmed Egypt's welcome in the United Nations delegations to execute the truce agreement in Yemen and the efforts of the legitimate government in the framework of its commitment accordingly, and our call for all parties for full execution of the articles of the agreement, as representing a positive development can be upon by launching or through launching a comprehensive peace process. In this context, I'd like to point out Egypt's support by facilitating direct flights between Egypt and Yemen. The first flight have already launched in the 1st of June as a response of Egypt in pursuit to easing the burdens of the Yemeni people, as well as supporting all the efforts for their interests. And he also expressed with my brother, His Excellency President Rashad Al-Alaimi, that Egypt is doing its all best to support the Yemeni peoples, as well as the different support for Yemen, in particular training the human cadres, providing food and medications, and we've tackled the importance of fostering the cooperation between the two countries in different arenas, in particular the field of infrastructure, energy and power productions. We've agreed upon during the talks also the necessity of united ODG to work to protecting the security and safety in the navigation in the Red Sea and Bab el-Mandeb Straits, as well as the Arab Gulf, linked to the international and regional security. We've also tackled the dangerous of Sartre's tanks seriousness with the necessity of the whole international community to solve out the problem as soon as possible. Dear brother, Your Excellency Dr. Rashad Al-Alimi, it pleases me to reiterate once again our welcome and expressing my appreciation to your personality and affirming Egypt's pursuit of the unity and independence of Yemen and support its constitution in the national level, as well as Egypt's pursuit and keenness to support the efforts of fostering peace and security in our brotherly Yemen. Yemen, as always, was present and a great gate of human civilization as a whole and in the Arab world, and we are fully confident that Yemen, by its people's potentials, based on its history and support of our brothers in Egypt and the Arab world, it will overcome its crisis soon as possible and retain its precedence in enjoying prosperity and peace and security. And thank you. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, Your Excellency, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, dear guests, it pleases me to talk to you from Egypt, the cradle of humanity, to convey the greetings of the Yemenis, people for Egypt as a sister that supported us as always in supporting in the north and the independence of our south from colony. Egypt has also contributed in the Renaissance and rebuilt our constitution in 1962. And today, Egypt is also supporting us in the supporting legitimacy, aiming to regain the state as well as toppling the alleged support from Iran, and united our people internally by the gross campaign of its reiterated attacks that return to get us back before the national state and before the history and its stance against equality and justice. Egypt is writing history once again, based in its civilization and the unity of its people, and the unity supporting its leadership, political leadership, represented of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, that was a brave leader and a great shield of its country as an aspiration of an modern renaissance, God willing. I've spoken with His Excellency Mr. President on the latest development in our country and his efforts in pursuit to improving the situation on the economics and service levels and the unity of the police and army, and what is required of reforms to support our brothers in Arab Republic of Egypt, as we affirmed our dealing with all the paths of peace in coordinating with the allies of supporting legitimacy led by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, who exerted all the efforts to provide all forms of support initiatives for lifting the sufferings of our people. I also affirmed His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi our support of the issues of the water beside Egypt and its people and its legislative rights. We've tackled all the threats that threaten the global navigations by the allegations of supported by Iran. In addition to what can be represented that would conclude Yemen and Egypt and all countries of the Red Sea. I affirm to His Excellency that Yemen's security is part and parcel of Egypt's security. We've also tackled the chances of cooperation between our two countries and the best of Egypt's experiments in the sector of services such as education, health, and the added services of the Yemeni people. A number of memories of understanding will be signed soon, and I would like to thank His Excellency, Mr. President, Egypt's representative of its people and the government. Thank you.